What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Happy New Year again. This is DS1 Ross. I represent the New Black Alliance. And this is Sheep Stay Sleep Radio, Sheep Stay Sleep Podcast, Sheep Stay Sleep live stream. And I'm here, family, to talk about today. Be too long, but I just want to touch on the youth and the things that plague our youth today. Because I had a lot of us, a lot of the elders rather, because I'm pretty much still young, but to the youth, the elders are pretty much out of touch with them. And in a lot of ways, I agree with them. That's why I keep my posts on the youth. I stay in tune with young brothers, not too much with the young sisters, but a lot of young brothers, you know, got a lot of little cousins, you know, and what I want to touch on today specifically is, like I titled this video, Youth, Cyborg Youth. And youth is because our kids are not all and I'm saying now, they're really our children. Whether I may not be their dad or not, father, because I'm see, we must understand that, family. So if your kid goes to school with another child, represent that child, but the way you raise your child is gonna play a part in how your child is being treated by other kids. But to get to the topic, I named it Cyborg Youth because our children are being programmed by computers, by this thing that I'm on here. You see? See, what makes the youth into robots is when they get on a machine that feeds them information that hasn't been filtered, hasn't been fact checked, or any of this stuff. This is the propaganda that's being pushed to our children. Parents, ask yourselves, if your child is on their phone or any device that receives internet, how does your child, or any child that matter, just get to view fight videos? And these are fight videos that's, you see, how does your child access these things? See, we have to stop and think what our child is being fed now. Because now, these new generation of children, they're not being taught by their parents. They're being taught by the computer, social media, and the internet. This is what feeds them. This is what gives them motivation to go out and do things in life, good or bad. But This is what's plaguing our youth. Parents, ask yourself, you wonder why your child is so aggressive? Maybe because he watched fight videos all day with his friends in school and he don't know how to fight because he hasn't been taught. So he becomes extra aggressive against people to protect himself from having a fight. So what he do is he pretends to be a bully so he don't get bullied. This is what we have now in our streets, in our communities, in our families. We got young black men and women extra aggressive to one another and their parents because they're being fed information to control their minds. You see, these these things that are being fed to our children, they're making our children cold. A lot of young black men I speak to, they heartless, you know, and they're not heartless because they want to be. They tell me that they heartless out of fear. They're aggressive out of fear of being hurt, fear of being killed, fear of being disappointed. You see? And a lot of these things are reactions to what's not going on at home. See, the topic I made was not to disrespect the youth, but to get parents on board with our children and for us to understand that what we feed our children, meaning what we teach our children and what we let our children be taught, is what's going to direct them in life. So if your son is 12, 13 years old and he watching fight videos and he didn't really have a fight yet, I don't think that's the right thing for him to watch. Because what you're doing is you're programming your child to be aggressive for nothing. You're programming your child to have aggression in him. And he's going to grow to be aggressive the more he watch these fights. Because he don't want to look like the guy losing in a fight. Or she don't want to look like the girl that's losing in a fight. So what they do is, and being that these kids go to school and they see that these things are being taped, they feel like, hey, I can't take being scrutinized for losing this fight. So I'm going to take it up a notch. I'm not even going to allow myself to even be hit. If somebody threatened me, I'm going to stab them. I'm going to hit them with a chair. Or I'm going to bring my older brother or my pop's gun to school and shoot the person. Robotic behavior. We have to understand, family, what we subject our children to feeds their minds. You see? And whatever your mind runs off of is that that dictates how you're going to respond to a situation, whether you're going to respond or whether you're going to react. You see? We must stop letting the television and the internet teach our children. You wonder why our children are so out of control? That's why. Because the parents are no longer in control. And the parents are no longer in control because The way you rear a child is through teaching, you see? And when you decide to not teach your child, somebody else will teach them, or they'll learn on their own. And that's what a lot of these children are doing now. They're learning on their own. They're not being taught right and wrong. They're not being taught how to think, or even if they should think at all. A lot of them are being taught to react, not to even think. See, a reaction is dealing with emotion. A response is dealing with thinking. You see, this is why we have a major influx in suicides dealing with the youth, because these children don't know how to accept losing, being defeated in something, you know, being made fun of. You know, these children nowadays feel like those things shouldn't happen to them. And that's what the internet promotes. That's what social media promotes. Social media promotes perfection. This is why if you go and just check out your friends' social media accounts, a lot of them follow a lot of celebrities, because a lot of your celebrities show them perfection or forms of it. They don't show them flawed. And whenever a person decides to put their flaws out there, they're considered weak. They're considered a punk. And these are things our children don't want to be known as, when they just don't understand that losing is part of winning. There's no successes in life without failure. And every person that you see is successful failed more than once, more than twice. You see? Floyd Mayweather probably never lost a fight, but he lost his dad at a young age. So he still had losses to deal with. Floyd Mayweather's losing a lot of money now. So he's still dealing with losses. So losses is part of life. Young man and young woman. So don't be ashamed that you lost a fight. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed of people cracking jokes on you. See, I grew up in an era when the internet and the computer wasn't mainstream. It was still like underground. So we weren't moved by with nobody, as people really, we didn't care about their opinions, basically. So if I didn't know you, your opinion of me losing a fight didn't matter. But now with social media, if you lose a fight and they post a fight and you getting beat up in the video, you may have 200 people commenting you don't even know. You see? And this is what, make these young men and women commit suicide, because they feel like they're not cool anymore. They feel like they losers. I got a young man right now from my old neighborhood, still my neighborhood, I just don't live there no more. Every other week he talking about committing suicide. I'm not gonna say the brother name because I don't want him to feel embarrassed. But I know what he's going through. And he's going through what I'm speaking about. He's a cyborg baby. He's one of these young men who grew up in a time where showing off made you cool, looking like nothing is wrong with you is cool. So now that he's grown up and becoming a man, every little struggle that he has, he broadcasted on social media because he wants somebody to feel sympathy for him because he wasn't raised correctly. You see? See, when you're raised correctly, you're taught that in life, there's peaks and there's valleys. There's highs, there's lows. There's ebbs and there's flows. And that's life because that's nature. Ups and downs are polarities, negative and positive, right and wrong, up and down, hot and cold. One can't exist without the other. And this is what I try to explain to the youth when I get a chance to speak to them. I let them know one day you might be up, the next day you might be down. But what defines you is your character and how you deal with it and how you can make things from a negative situation. And this is what I want y'all to understand, family. I want y'all to understand that stop being controlled by the things you see on the internet because it's not real. Because the same girl that's posting that picture that got 500 likes, she's only posting that picture if she's not doing business online. She's only posting those pictures for likes. And when you're dealing with people that just want to be liked, you're dealing with a person of low self-esteem, probably of low morale, because if you're willing to show your body on the internet for likes, you have a low standing of yourself. You don't view yourself very highly. You understand? So we have to stop letting the propaganda. Propaganda is nothing but lies. And propaganda is what controls a people. That's what we must understand. Social media, all these things are propaganda machines. It's propaganda machines. And see, once the youth understands that, then they'll use it for what it's for. If it's a propaganda machine and the government makes profit off of propaganda, you see? So black youth, stop sharing the fight videos. Stop fighting and taping it. I'm not gonna tell y'all stop fighting because I don't know why y'all be fighting. And I'm not gonna try to figure it out. But what I want y'all to understand is that there's people making money off of y'all ignorance. You see? That's what monetization is. That's what monetization is. They are monetizing your behavior, young black man and woman. So when your man and another dude is fighting and you tape it and you put it on YouTube, they make money off of that. They make money off of y'all disputes. They make money off of you twerking on YouTube. They make money off of our ignorance. You see, we're not even in control financially of our ignorance. This is why I say y'all are cyborgs, because y'all move like robots. Y'all do what y'all told from social media, and then they monetize it. Y'all are robots. Who creates the challenges that we all follow on Facebook and Instagram? Now you got the Soldier Boy challenge. Who's creating these things? Who's creating them? Nobody knows. Who created the ALS challenge? Hmm? Who created the Cinnamon challenge? Hmm? Who created the Running Man challenge? Who created all of these challenges that y'all young people are participating in? And y'all only participating in them because it's cool. Because if your homie asks you on Snapchat, did you participate in a challenge and you didn't, he gonna call you lame. He gonna say you not lit, you not popping, you not cracking. You see? So it's like, oh, a new challenge. I gotta participate. That's robotic. That means you have no mind of your own. And y'all say, some of y'all may say, oh, we just doing it for fun. Who said that was fun? So letting somebody pour a bucket of ice water on you is fun. Says who? Says the person who created the challenge, right? A lot of y'all participated in the ice bucket challenge and don't know what ALS is. That shows that y'all robots. That shows that y'all robots. Now, we got the Soldier Boy challenge out, where people is getting in front of the camera, flashing guns. Flashing guns. You see? So who's really creating these challenges? So now they could use a challenge to criminalize people. Because if you go on social media and do the Soldier Boy challenge and flash your little pistol or whatever you got, that can be used in court against you. And not only that, if any federal agents or any form of officer see that, police will show up at your door. Where the guns at, young man? You see? You see? So y'all criminalizing yourselves with these challenges. The mannequin challenge. What was that about? Can y'all tell me? They took it so far even to doing a mannequin challenge like they shooting at police. Police came in there and locked them black people up. Y'all criminals. But then a group of white youth did it. It was okay. It was innocent. Oh, they're just playing. And what the black youth say, oh, that's unfair. That's unfair. Oh, they let them get away with that? Y'all got to understand who's the targets. The people from the little house on the prairie, they're not the targets. They're not criminalizing those people. They're criminalizing us. You need to understand that, young black brother. They're criminalizing you. young black sister. So we cannot do what they do. There is no such thing as equality. There is no such thing. There's something called supremacy in this system, dominance. You do what I say, and I can do what I want. That's the system we're in, black people. We're not in a system where we will ever be treated fairly. A fair is where they judge pigs. So let's stop fighting to be treated fairly from someone who looks at us as criminals, as terrorists. You see, I could go in the airport right now and they might check my bags 2 or 3 times. I might have to walk through the metal detectors 2, 3 times. They might even want to take me in the back and cavity search me, all because of this. Because they're criminalizing everything black people do. And parents, we must express this to our children. They're making your child a criminal because the things that they're doing on the internet that you think is innocent, ma'am, is criminal now. They just made it a law in Missouri. If your child get caught fighting, they will receive a felony. And who do you think that's for? You think that's for all youth? Hmm? You think that's for all youth? No. That's for the black kids that like to have gang fights in the bathroom and videotape it and get views. And then email it to everybody in the school, analyzing our behavior. This is what they're doing, family. And see, if we don't realize this, we're going to lose our children. Why do you think they're closing the schools? Why do you think? Why do you think some schools in these big cities, there's 3, 4 schools in one building? What do you think they're doing with these other old buildings that were schools? What do you think they're going to start doing? Or what they already been doing? Building more and more prisons. You see? And soon they're going to be able to put your kid in jail for posting something. That's going to be considered an act of terrorism. This is what we must understand. The way you conduct yourself can determine whether you be considered a terrorist or a civilian now in America. This is what we got to realize, black family. This is what we got to tell our children. I tell my son, when we walking outside, take your hoodie off. You don't walk down the street with a hoodie. And it's not because I'm acquiescing, or it's not because I'm afraid. It's because I'm not stupid. And see, they done criminalized the hoodie with Trayvon Martin. You see that? We got to pay attention. Parents, pay attention. Think. Stop reacting. Think. See, if you don't think, you won't teach your child how to think. React. Your child is going to grow up and be reactionary. So when the police approach him, race soldier, aka Nazi soldier, approach your son or daughter, the first thing your son or daughter is going to say, I'm not doing nothing. Screaming, all of those are considered criminal acts. Look it up. You could not raise your voice at an officer. How did I learn this, family? Because when I was younger, I used to raise my voice at the cops. And a couple times I got beat up and all of that. But see, what made me realize what I was doing was a threat, and that's why it's considered criminal. That's why they give you a disorderly conduct charge. What I realized when I realized that that stuff was criminal is one day I responded to one officer like that. You know what he told me? He put and told me, big man, I will all that with you. I'ma kill you and go home to my family. That taught me, think, Ross, behavior that you just displayed. What is that gonna dict? How is that gonna dictate how this man is gonna treat you, or how any police officer is gonna treat you? Made me think, because I would never forget that. And it was a black officer who told me this. I will kill you and go home to my family. You see? So what he was letting me know was, you want out here? I kill you and leave you out here like it's nothing. Because you ain't nothing but a dumb criminal. So I'm gonna go home to my family and go to sleep. You see? And this is what I explain to young black men who want to get disorderly with race soldiers. You're not dealing with officers. Just learn how to act. This is why dealing with the New Black Alliance, we deal with principles of brotherhood. And we're going to get to the sisters too. For y'all too. But this is why we deal with principles of brotherhood and we teach brotherhood, because brotherhood leads to manhood. If you're not a good brother, you're not a good man. And we need men out here. Out here. So parents, stop doing things for your children to be cool. Do things that's going to save their lives. Give them the right information. Stop looking to be friendly. You see? Because one thing I understand about being a parent, respect the truth. They don't respect being lied to. You lying to your child, to go out in the world and find out the truth, they're going to come back and blame you. And our jobs as parents is to make sure that our children is ready for the world. And that's not just with, you know, accolades that they got from the system, but they got to be mentally prepared. Because see, you can have all the accomplishments from the system you want, but if you mentally weak, you won't fight. If you mentally weak, they will continue to control. You see? So let's take our youth back. And the way we take our youth back, family, is you teach. You teach. And you teach them the truth about the world. Don't lie to them. Don't tell them the world is yours. Your mind is yours. And the world you live in is the world that's in your mind. Don't forget about what's outside your door, but don't let what's outside your door dictate everything that you think about. Meaning, just because you want friends, don't mean you have to look like your friends. So parents, stop wasting your money on designer wear for your children to love you. You see? Because we have cyborgs running around masking themselves as humans. And they will kill your child for that material because they're being fed that through what they're being taught right on their phones. You see? My son don't have a cell phone. He only in junior high school. Cell phone. You know why? Because I know he's he's been born in a time where he's addicted to the internet. So me and my wife filter what he watches. And whenever he start going off course with the things that he is watching, I bring him back. I bring him back. Another thing, this is the last thing before I close out, that is turning our children into robots. Video games. The video game. You have killers being bred right in your home. You don't even know that though, because you think it's just a game. But all of these guns that you hear being rapped about now in songs that weren't really rapped about 10, maybe 15 years ago. You didn't hear rappers talking about 30-shot clips, drums, AR-15s. You didn't even see a lot of those guns used in a lot of movies. But now those guns are normal. It's normal to have an AR-15 with a scope. It's normal to have a 30-shot handgun. You know what that came from? Call of Duty, Metal Gear Solid, like all of these war games that media has popularized. They've made it popular to your children. So your nerdy son is in love with killing. He never had a fight before, but he could tell you the stocks to guns. What stock you put on this gun? What stock you put on that gun? Killing machines, robots. What did they just kill that brother in Dallas who was shooting those police officers? They used a robot, a drone. See, we must pay attention, parents, to really what's going on. It's a war. And the way the war is implemented is through the minds of our people, mainly through our children now. Everything is subliminally suggested to a child. Everything. We want your children to be gay and embrace homosexuality. So we put it in the cartoons. So if we not watching what our children are watching, we don't know what they're watching, and we're not in control of what they're going to become. You see? Stop letting other people raise your children. And when I say other people, I mean the owners of these networks, the owners of these video games, and these software programs, and these social media sites. People run these things. And do you really think that these people have the best interest in mind for your child? Or are they just using your child as a guinea pig? You see? They come out with these challenges to gauge the minds of the youth. What is the black youth really focused on? What are we really focused on? They know what we're focused on because they can just go on Facebook and see what they're posting. That's why on Facebook, people don't pay attention when they write their post. And this is why they can use your post from social media in court, because it says in the box, what's on your mind? What's on your mind? I think people forgot about that because we're just so programmed now to type in the damn box that we forgot we telling people what's on our mind. So if the mannequin challenge is on your mind, and a mannequin does what? Stand still. Don't move. So that's showing the behavioral psychologists, because these are scientists, these are studies. These challenges are studies. You see? These are studies. So we know if we could get the black youth to do a mannequin challenge, we know that their minds is still stuck, not moving forward, still. No movement. That's what a mannequin is. All these black people getting killed out here, we still standing still. Our minds is still saying, stop, freeze. That's what the mannequin challenge was about. You see? But if the parents is not taking out time to learn what's going on in the world, how you gonna teach a child? And this is why y'all let the internet and social media run your children's lives. Because that's what runs your lives. The ignorance. Because really, what social media is really about is about promotion. And this is why I say they monetize our behavior. Because propaganda is used not only to control our minds, but once they know, they could control how we think. They could control what we buy. They can control what we like. This is why they have like buttons. This is why they created the emojis behind the like button. So now they know whether you like something, whether you love it, whether you're happy about it, whether you're sad about it, whether you're excited about it. They're monetizing our thoughts and behaviors. This is what Facebook is really about. Marketing. This is why all your businesses now have a Facebook page, have a Twitter account, has a Google Plus page, because this is where they promote. So why are we on these platforms not promoting anything positive? We don't have nothing to promote but fight videos. Let's wake up, family. Parents, this is a message to you. You don't want your child to be a robot? You wake up. Because 9 out of 10, if your child a robot, you are. This is DS1 Ross, rising over stress and struggle. I represent the New Black Alliance. Thank y'all for tuning in, family. Make sure y'all like, comment, share. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button too. I look forward to hollering at y'all again later on today. Stay in tune. Peace.